The first step in making a delicious oyster po' boy is marinating the oysters in a mixture of buttermilk and hot sauce. Next, I drained 1 8-ounce can of shucked oysters, and I went over them to make sure there was no shells in any of the oysters, and then I put them in the buttermilk and hot sauce mixture. This is now going to go in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Season your tomatoes 20 minutes ahead of time with salt to draw out the excess moisture, and then pat them dry. That way you won't have a sandwich that's too runny. For our breading for the oysters, I have a 1/2 cup of cornmeal, 1/2 cup of flour, and 1 tablespoon of creole seasoning. I've drained and patted dry my oysters, and now I'm going to bread them. I breaded the oysters. In the kitchen, I have a high temperature oil that I'm bringing up to between 350 and 375. I'll be cooking them in small batches so the oil doesn't suddenly rise up and cause injury. They won't take long to cook at all. Cook till they're golden brown. Scoop one out with a spider strainer, and then using a digital thermometer, test to make sure that they're a food safe 145 degrees. Next, I have a homemade Remoulade Sauce or Remoulade Sauce, depending on how you pronounce it. And I'm going to slather that generously on both the top and the bottom. Next, I've added a layer of thinly sliced iceberg lettuce. Your po' boy sandwiches, when you add fresh garden tomatoes to them, will take them up to a whole nother level. My oil in my pot is between 350 and 375. It's time to drop my oysters. Let's talk about grease fires. You should have these 2 items nearby that you can quickly access. One is a fire blanket that can be thrown over a grease fire and smother the oxygen and kill the fire. Also, you should have this household-sized fire extinguisher, and this is rated for grease fires. Let me zoom in on that so you can see that. This is an 8-quart stock pot, and I've only filled it with 2 inches of oil. It's only about 1/4 of the way full. I don't want to take any chance of having a grease fire. My oysters are a little bit above food safe temperature of 145. That's good. Now it's time for me to take a bite and see whether I need to add some more creole seasoning to it, some hot sauce, some lemon juice, or maybe some garlic, salt, and pepper. Check out the link over here for my homemade Remoulade Sauce. And check back to my channel very soon, because I'm going to be putting up my homemade creole seasoning recipe. Enjoy.